ちょっと寒い。
ちょっと寒い？
はい。
どのくらい、20度ぐらいですか今？ 15 度ぐらい？ 15 degrees？
10度ぐらい。
10度？
多分。
あ、そう、10度は寒いね。あ、本当。そうか、夏は、うん。
そうじゃないです。15度、14度
ぐらい
？14度。
あ、でも寒いですね。今日本はね、日本はとても蒸し暑いです。今は、今30度です。30度。でも昨日は、36度。36度。で、feels like 45 because of humidity. そう。すごく暑いです。そう。で、僕は先週、モントリオールから、バンクーバーに行って、で、バンクーバーで4日間、4 days in Vancouver。で、その後に日本に帰ってきて、今、8 days? 9 days? So, I have to self-quarantine. 今、じゃあ、今、授業は受けてますか？ Are you taking courses now?
はい。
あ、そっか、エリックは卒業ですね。Did you graduate, right, エリック
？Yeah, I'm all done.
Oh, okay. You all done, so you haven't graduated yet.
No, the ceremony is supposed to be in late October, early November.
ああ、そうか。なるほ
I'm
ど。
just waiting now.
Did you submit thesis or dissertation?
No. It's just my undergraduate, so I didn't have to write anything.
そうなんだ。OK。なるほど。そしたらエリックは、この後、after graduation、卒業した後は何をしますか？
I don't know yet. Probably I'm looking for jobs now. I'm looking for a job in my field.
Okay.
Because right now my restaurant, my old job is not working for COVID.
But you said you're gonna apply JET program, right? JET.
I'm thinking about it, yeah. And the application is like now in September, so I'm going to look into that some more, yeah.
ああ、そうか、いいね。なるほど。
But you apply now and you would go like next year.
Yeah, in that case, can you just choose a place to teach in Japan, like which city you're gonna teach?
You can give your preference, but at the end it's them who chooses.
あ、OK。なるほどね。わかりました。じゃあ、こんな感じでいきましょう。待ってね。最初に、自己紹介を日本語でできますか？名前、専攻。OK, at least 名前と専攻。OK, シーランさん、ちょっと自己紹介お願いします。
はい。はじめまして。私はシーランです。私は今、マギル大学の3年生です。私の専攻は経済学です。どうぞよろしくお願いします。
経済学か。
はい。
I thought you were taking linguistics.
I wish.
OK, 経済学。3年生。
3年生、はい。
ああ、そうか。そうもうすぐですね。もし、卒業したら、after you graduate, you gotta stay in Montreal or?
I think maybe I'll stay in Montreal.
Okay.
I grew up in Montreal.
あ、そっか。わかった。Okay. なるほど、わかりました。Okay. じゃあ次、ベリンダさん。ベリンダ。
はい。はじめまして。私の名前はベリンダです。今はマギル大学で東アジア研究を勉強しています。2年生です。よろしくお願いします。
そうか、ベリンダ2年生か。まだ。はい、そうか。ベリンダさんは、あれare you taking level 2 now?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw the list, actually. なるほど。いいですね。レベル2はどうですか？難しい？
ちょっと難しいですけど、面白いですね。
面白いですか？たくさん、学生はたくさんいますか？25人くらい。
25人くらい。
たくさんいますね。なるほど。わかりました。いや、頑張ってくださいね、レベル2ね。
ありがとうございます。
楽しいと思います。エリックさん、お願いします。
Okay. はじめまして。私の名前はエリックです。私の専攻は薬理学でした。I don't know how to say I'm graduated.
Past tense is 卒業しました。But future tense is 卒業します。
卒業しました。どうぞよろしく。
よろしくお願いします。そうか、そうか。いや、エリックさんは日本にいつか来てね。if you cannot find a job and if you want to be an English teacher in Japan, just let me know. I have a lot of friends who are running schools, universities. So
I'm thinking about it. I've actually started, there's a website called Cafe Talk it's just online lessons. And I started doing that.
Oh, really?
So, like I'm teaching, or like I would teach in like Japanese students English.
Okay, and then you get paid?
Yeah, I get paid.
Oh, Cafe Talk. Okay, I didn't know that.
It's freelance, so it's just a website kind of like Craigslist or Kijiji or something. So it's up to me to like advertise myself or find people.
Oh, that's good. It's like a super prof. Do you happen to know super prof?
I don't know it. No.
It's like a Cafe Talk, and I just register myself as a Japanese teacher, and then some people around the world have interest in Japanese language and ask me.
Okay.
ではちょっと行きましょう。いくつか5個ぐらい質問があります。最初は簡単ですね。Why did you start Japanese? 誰から行こうか。じゃあベリンダさん。Yeah, English fine. Yeah.
English?
Yeah.
I think like the reason I chose to start learning Japanese is that I do believe that a new language is the key of getting to know about a different culture that this language rooted in. And it's like, first of all, this language itself has its own like cultural significance. You can see some elements through the unique expressions and context. And I think studying a culture using its original language can also avoid the possible misinterpretation in the process of translation. Right. As I said in the first Japanese class, I am personally very interested in the modern history of the East Asian countries and regions, and Japanese history is definitely a very important part of it. So I would like to be able to like one day read the historical primary source in this original language. I know it's still like a long way to go, but I hope by the end of uni I'll be able to do it. That's basically the reason.
Oh yeah, I still remember that you said that in the first class.
Yes.
Okay, but so had you learned Japanese before you took this course?
You mean the first level Japanese?
Yeah, before first level Japanese, did you have any experience of learning Japanese? No. Okay. No. So you want to read the historical stuff in original language, right?
Yes.
面白いですね。That means you're gonna take level 3 and 4, maybe.
Yeah.
すごい。そうですか。面白いですね。そして、じゃあエリックさん、Why did you start Japanese?
So I had started, I think in general, I really enjoy learning different languages. I'd already learned French from living in Quebec, and for my mom, I learned German. And then I learned and then forgot some Italian a while ago. I really enjoy learning like just the ways that different languages or like the way that languages can be similar and the way that languages can also be different. I found that really, really interesting. And then like all the languages that I've learned are very similar together, like English and French and Italian are all kind of like rooted in Latin or Germanic and all that. So I wanted to try something different. And Japanese has always been interesting to me. I knew it from like anime and some games, and I thought it would be interesting to learn that, to start to understand that some more.
なるほど、なるほど。So you've learned German, French, English, right, so far?
Yeah.
Language. And then Japanese is your fourth language?
Yeah.
Italian.
Well, I forgot most of it.
I know, but yeah. そうか、そうか。How did you find Japanese language so far compared to other languages you've learned?
I think it's really, it's the most unique compared to the ones that I've learned already. Just the way that it doesn't use an alphabet and it uses like all the hiragana, katakana, and kanji, all that. And then in the grammar as well, like the way that the verbs tend to go at the end of the sentence, that's actually, you see that a lot in German as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. Not always, but also, like also in Japanese, not always. So it's interesting to see the similarities and differences again coming out.
Ah, okay, interesting. Like, you know, the sentence structure, right? The verb comes last.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, thank you. Shira-san, why did you start Japanese?
So I think my reason is a bit less grand than Belinda's reason, but like because I like, there's a figure skater I really like who's from Japan, and most of his interviews are in Japanese and they don't do a lot of subtitles, so it was a bit difficult to understand what they were saying. So that was like the main reason I started learning Japanese. Yes.
それは、羽生くん？
Yes.
そうか。ベリンダさん、羽生結弦くん知ってますか？
I like him as well.
そうなんだ。
We were supposed to go to the Worlds together, like with Belinda さん。
そうなの？そうか、羽生くんね。なるほど。いいですね。羽生くんの日本語を理解するためにね。In order to understand his Japanese. すごいね。それは。
But I think maybe I need a bit more Japanese. Because I still can't really understand like everything he's saying.
Yeah, but his way of speaking is very polite, always. Calm, polite, so it's kind of, easier to understand maybe. Okay, ありがとうございます。じゃあ次ね、next question. So you took online courses this summer, right? Japanese online courses. So what are pros and cons, advantage and disadvantage in learning language online in terms of just your perspective? Okay, じゃあシーランさん。
Okay, so maybe I can start with a pro. So I think one of the big pros is that we have access to more different like online resources that we couldn't have had access to if we were like in person. So like sometimes during the class when there's something I don't understand, I can just go ask Kuguru sensei and then like he'll just answer me. And then I find it like a bit easier to understand some of the parts while like you don't have to bother the teacher asking like small questions that could be found online sometimes. Yeah.
なるほど。確かにそうですね。Yeah, makes sense. なるほど。But I wonder if even in classes, like in actual person classes, you can just Google, right?
I think maybe some teachers don't like it when you have a device on you and then maybe like less attention.
Okay. なるほどね。Do you have any disadvantages?
Disadvantage, yes. So because like everyone is online, so like you feel like there's a bit less interaction, and then like people are shy to talk or like are shy to ask questions. So sometimes maybe it's a bit difficult for the teacher to like have everyone talk and participate.
そうだね。確かにね。なるほど。So do you think the breakout rooms is effective?
Yeah, it was really fun actually. I find like through breakout rooms we got to know a lot of people like more deeply than we would have like in-person classes.
Yeah. Okay, そうか。Okay, ありがとう。So, エリックさん、any advantages or disadvantages in learning language online?
Yeah, for me it's kind of it's kind of like a pro and a con. I get to go to class from my home, like on Zoom and all that, because personally for me, when I'm in like a big class at school or something, I find it harder for me to pay attention. I think that like I just get like a little bit anxious about the people around me or all that. So just having, or like being in my own space with my laptop, it helps me get in a better state of mind to learn. But at the same time, learning or like being in my house, there's a lot of distractions. Like when I usually went to class for the Japanese lessons, like I was right by the kitchen, so I'd always like grab something to or something. And then like, yeah, just general procrastination stuff, like with homework and stuff, it's hard to stay focused when there's so much around. I'd rather be in a library or something where I can like not have any distractions, but it is useful and it's more accessible for everyone to have a laptop than to, like, let's say they live very far away or like not even in Montreal or something, then it's easy for them to get to class.
Yeah, you know, in the first class, Beck Sensei and I asked everyone to turn on the camera, right? Do you think it's effective in terms of focusing, you know, on the classes itself? I mean, the other class, sometimes professors do not ask the students to turn on the camera, but we did, right? What do you think that difference? If half of the students turn off the camera, do you think it will have a significant difference?
That's a good question. This is the only online course I've ever done, so I don't know, like I don't have any practical experience to speak of, but I think personally for me, if I didn't have to have my camera on, I don't think I would have turned it on. And I do think that, like, I probably would have done it just because, like, I'm more shy and like I don't really want to have my face shown.
Yeah, okay.
But if I ended up not showing my face, I think 100% would have gotten more distracted or like not taking the class as seriously.
Yeah, okay, yeah, makes sense.
Well, I kind of want to answer that question about the camera. Because the Japanese class I'm taking right now, the level 2, the teacher doesn't require us to turn on the camera, and like half of us students just keep the cameras off.
Oh, really?
And it's kind of weird because like in the like breakout room sessions, when you are talking with someone whose camera is off, you just don't know if they're actually reacting or things like this. It's kind of awkward. I think it's awkward.
Okay. That's kind of the, you know, disadvantage in learning language, because, you know, the reason Beck Sensei and I ask you to turn on the camera is that we want to see the facial expression and we want to see the, you know, the moves of the mask, you know.
Yes.
That's the big advantage to see that especially in language, you know, language course.
Yes.
And
like conversation practices, like when I ask questions and I got no response from the other person whose camera is off, and I'm just wondering, is he actually listening or not?
Yeah, そうだね. Okay, そうか. So, Belinda-san, do you have any like advantages?
Well, I think maybe the biggest advantage would be like the flexibility of the online classes. Like in a sense that you can just be physically anywhere and get in touch with like teachers and classmates in different places. And also things like the lectures are pre-recorded in the summer course. For the parts that I'm unclear about, I can just go back and watch it again, which is very convenient. And the second advantage, I think it would be probably, this is very personal. I don't think many people feel this way, but I do. Like, I actually get more comfortable talking in front of a computer than in real class. Yes, most of the people would say that in real class they like talk more than they do on online class, but I'm like the reverse.
Oh, but I feel the same way actually. In classroom,
Really?
classroom, physical classroom, I don't speak that much as a student, but yeah.
I agree.
Oh, okay, yeah. You too.
Me too.
Okay. You feel less pressure, right? Less pressure.
Yeah.
In front of the screen. Interesting. Good point. Thank you. And then next one. If this situation, COVID, continues to next summer or even next year, maybe this summer course will be taught online again, and I might be teaching again. I don't know. But in that case, in that sense, do you have any implications for development for this class? Anything's fine. Okay, from Eric-san.
I was going to say, I think the biggest problem that I had with this summer course is that there's a lot of homework, but at the same time, I don't think I would have learned as much if there wasn't that much homework to keep me working all the time. At the same time, though, I also feel like, because sometimes there would be, like, let's say 5 assignments due for Friday morning, and then 2 assignments due for Monday morning. So I feel like like personally, it would have been better to have more stuff due on Monday so that I would have the weekend to work on them, as opposed to just always working on the Thursday night.
Okay. So yeah, the balance of the homework depending on the day, right? In terms of the amount of homework, it should be, this year should be much, much more than the previous years. We were kind of worried because we didn't offer that, much classes compared to last year. So we're kind of worried, so we just little bit added, homework assignments. Okay, it's a kind of good implication, for me. So do you feel the same way, Shiran?
Yes, I agree. Because the first week especially was very difficult. Like because I joined one day after, right? Like on the Friday, I wrote homework until like 2 a.m. because I couldn't finish. Oh my gosh. And then I was like telling friends, oh my gosh, my Japanese class is so intense. But it got better after. I think it was like just the beginning because we weren't used to like writing and reading, and then so yeah, it got easier after. But
So do you have any other implications, Shiran?
I think like the camera part also, like maybe ask students to turn on camera on the first day so that like they feel like, oh, okay, this class I need to turn on my camera, and then I think they'll thank you after the class because like there is a big difference.
そうだよね. I totally agree. But I heard that from this fall semester, professors cannot ask students like forcefully to turn on camera because the guideline of Magio changed. We're not allowed to ask them to forcefully. That's the thing.
I think it's like if you record the class and put it online, like you're like I think many of our teachers were mentioning because like they want to post the recording after class, but if you're posting a recording, you can't like ask them to turn on the camera. But like one of my teachers, I don't know how he did it, but like he put like a black box. Like usually when Zoom there's only like 4, so like he would be on top and then he would put a black box on the like persons below him, so that when he posted the recording, there like you couldn't see anyone, like because he was the one on top, right?
Oh, okay.
So I think maybe that's like an alternative to
okay.
having yeah.
Okay.
I just want to add something to that. I've heard that the newest version of Zoom has like the stickers.
Oh, really?
Like the stickers of, for example, a mask and a a pair of glasses or something. So my TA, Japanese TA, just said it today that if you don't want to show your face, you can just like use the sticker to cover like parts of your face, which I think that would be useful.
Oh, okay.
And there are so many cute versions in the stickers.
Oh, really?
I'm not using the newest version, so I cannot show you right now. But it was basically like.
Yeah, it's like under choose a virtual background. There's like a choose a video filter.
Okay.
And then, yeah, you can choose from there, or you can. I heard from a Japanese friend that you can actually download a thing called Snap Camera. And then you can use filters from the Snap camera on Zoom.
Oh, really?
It's pretty interesting.
Okay. That's actually nice. Much nicer than just black, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the only newest version of Zoom. Okay, I'll check it. So yeah. How did you find the JSS ITL online gathering with Japanese students so far? So how many times actually did you join? Okay, Belinda-san, how many times did you join so far?
I don't actually remember, like 4 or 5 times.
Okay, 4 or 5. Okay, 5 times. And then how did you find that?
I think the meetings were generally very interesting. It was a good opportunity to meet new friends and also have some language practice. And also since like the participants are generally of the same age group, with all of us are uni students, so it's like we could talk about the things that like the trending among the young people in Canada and in Japan, which is really interesting. And another thing that I found that's particularly interesting is that we actually did see some cultural difference in a way that the meetings were prepared and organized. Like for instance, I still remember in the first meeting we were informed to do some like self-introductions and introductions about our school, and the students from the Canadian side basically just did the preparations mentally while they prepared like a full scale of formal presentations with like well-made slides and beautiful pictures. I was really impressed.
Oh, okay. But that the thing is, you were so busy at the time, right? Because of the ending of the maybe 7th week or 8th week of the class. So I didn't ask you to do that because of a lot of homework. But I didn't expect that in a Japanese side, that they prepare a lot.
It was so amazing.
Yeah. Okay. How about Eric?
Yeah, so I had been to all the sessions that were during the semester, including the one that was like the one that was right at the end of the semester as well.
Oh, okay.
And then like all the ones after that I had been busy for, but I really, really enjoyed going to them. It was really cool to, like just learn or like just meet new people from a different culture and kind of like learn, just exchange ideas. Even when we were talking about, or when we were doing games, like practicing idioms and stuff, it was a fun way to kind of learn about like Japanese expressions, but also like how they like talk and like express different ideas, and it was really, really enjoyable. And just actually still from that, I got one of the students' emails, and I'm still writing to them today, like back and forth. It was really, really fun.
Oh, that's nice. You're still contacting with them. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Before this gathering, did you have any Japanese friends to talk?
Sort of. I went to high school with an exchange student from Japan.
Okay.
But we don't talk much anymore since he moved back. My mom had been to Japan 2 years ago, and she made some friends there, and we kind of met a couple times, but we never, I don't speak to them much.
Okay.
But I know some Japanese people, but I haven't really had much chance to actually speak in depth with them.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you. And then Shira-san?
Oh, yes, so I think it's similar. So I went to most of them as well. And they organized some study sessions after, so I'm going to those as well now.
Okay.
And then I found, it was really interesting because I never thought I would have like friends from Japan. That like I feel like now if I go to Japan, I can just tell them, oh, I'm here, like let's meet up. But yeah, it was a nice opportunity to meet new persons, I find. And also like I find like there were like, especially for the first meeting too, because like I got a shock. I find like they were so hardworking because they prepared so much, and I felt so bad because like they were saying, oh, like you can share your screen, and then I was just like on Google trying to find pictures of McGill.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh, but I couldn't have noticed like their hardworkingness if we didn't do this kind of social gathering. Yeah.
Okay. I heard that now they have like 3 universities, right? So, Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan State
University. Yeah. Okay. Then did you join that?
Oh yes, I did.
Okay.
Belinda was there too.
Okay. So how many people are there altogether? Like 30 people? 25?
Oh yeah, 20. I think there were 20.
Okay. Wow, so good.
And the students at Michigan, their Japanese level is really high.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Like some of them can have like full Japanese conversations with the Japanese students.
Oh, really? So they might have like, passed the level of 3 or 4 maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Oh, interesting. So the last one, I guess. Yeah. So do you have any implications on a GSSITO gathering? If you have, who's going to start? Belinda-san.
Okay.
Yeah. If they have,
implications, like suggestions.
Suggestions.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I think the activities are getting like more engaging in recent meetings, which I like them very much. But I think apart from the cultural exchange thing that where we talk about like different customs and traditions, the other things we were still like generally limited in the very basic topics. So I think I hope to see more complex topics coming up in the future. For instance, like we can introduce the social phenomenon in Canada or in Japan, so we can like exchange our opinions and values and see what's different, which I think would be interesting.
Okay, the topic should be more deep, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
I added a Japanese girl from the meeting. We added each other online on that line, and she talked with me a lot about the Japanese earthquake, which I find really interesting.
Okay. Yes. Wow.
She was doing a project on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Good. Okay. So, Eric-san, do you have any implication, suggestion?
Yeah, it's kind of similar to that. Like, I think it was really, really fun, like all the activities that I was doing, but I would like to talk more about different things. And something that I would like to talk about specifically is more like the histories of our respective places. Like with the person that I was emailing that I met from the last meeting there, I had spoken to him about kind of like the history of Canada and about how like I was speaking about like First Nations peoples and how they were here before, and then we came, and he was telling me about Ainu, the Ainu.
Ainu, yeah, Hokkaido.
And I found that was really, really, really interesting. So I was like looking up some of that on my own time, and I thought it was really cool. So yeah, I'd like to learn maybe a bit more about that kind of stuff.
Okay. So you want to delve into the topic more, right? Yeah. Okay.
If other people are interested, obviously, like I don't want to just be the only one learning about history.
Okay, interesting. Okay, lastly, Shirang-san.
Yes, so I have the same idea. So like history too. Yeah, especially history. Like some things that we couldn't have like easily access to online, or like some things that are not really translated into English that are maybe learned at school in Japan, but like not translated.
So you want to know the actual like real information from the real people, right?
Yeah, I find so I wanted to do an exchange in Japan, so that is like one of the reasons why. So like, if you want to understand the culture, you have to be within the culture. Please let me finish. I'm sorry. Oh, what is this? Just take out this one. Oh, I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay, please. Oh Lord. Okay. Yes. So okay, take it away. Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry. So where was I? Yes. So if you want to understand a culture, you have to be within the culture. Yeah. So I think like when you have a group of people from that culture, and you talk with them, you can like maybe feel like you are in the culture a bit. Like so it's a like an opportunity because you can't really go to Japan now, but you have a group of people from there who can talk about things from there. So yeah, maybe more more in depth about their culture.
Okay, I understand. Yeah.
I think I need to add something. I find like I really want to thank them for their hard work, because like for every meeting they prepare a lot of things beforehand, and like they do research, and then they come to ask for us like, oh, is this okay? Like, is the grammar okay? Like, should I change something? So like I really respect their hardworkingness. So yes.
Big thanks to them.
Yes, big thanks.
Yeah. Okay. わかりました。ありがとうございます。Yeah, that's it. じゃあ、なんか40 minutes? ありがとうございました。本当に。助かりました。It was a great help, actually. 本当にありがとうございました。じゃあ、また会いましょう。またね。
Thank you.
ありがとうございました。本当に。ありがとうね。おやすみなさい。ありがとう。
Thank you.
ありがとう。